Let me read. Would you stop? Oh my God, I'm not putting you back where you were on the other shelf. You're fine where you are. Why do I have to put you on the top? Why do I have to put you on the other shelf? Just stay where you are. Seriously. Oh, you mother... What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Time for the breakdown. So every single week, Monday through Friday, every day in between, I take the top Nintendo stories of the day, talk about them, discuss them, break them down, give my opinions on them. So,
here we go.
Before I begin today, I want to do a quick shout out to Rocky Plays 124. Check this kid out, man. He is doing God's work over there on his channel. He's got like 628, something like that, subscribers already. I subscribed last night. He's got some really cool Fortnite videos that he's done and such. Please take a minute, shoot over, go give him a sub. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I got his link down below, so you can watch this video. You can click over, go over there, sub to my dude, tell him I sent you over there. Cuphead is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I don't know who knows this. I mean, like, seriously.
Like, dude, what the spoiler alerts? Like, what are you doing here? Like, we got spoiler alerts?
Yeah, so yeah, we got Cuphead coming to the Switch. But it made me wonder, with all this kind of working out, like, we've heard these rumors for weeks now, where Microsoft and Nintendo are working very closely together. There's talks about Game Pass coming to Switch. There's all this stuff apparently being rumored and discussed and talked about. Made me wonder, what else could we see come to the Nintendo Switch? And I immediately, my mind went to two games right off Jump Street that I felt like are probably going to be next in line. And one is Ori and the Blind Forest. I believe that game will definitely hit, and when the new Ori game hits, I think that'll come over as well. But then I felt like the one that makes the most sense of it all is Rare Replay. I cannot see that this game does not come. I know that Phil Spencer has had to have heard Nintendo fans screaming and clamoring that they want Banjo and Smash and they want all this stuff. If Microsoft has any inkling of a brain, which we know they do, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be facetious or anything like that. We know they're smart people. They gotta see the writing on the wall and see that bringing these games to the Switch would be massive for Microsoft. I believe the internet would literally implode the day they announced that Rare Replay is coming to the Nintendo Switch. The fact that all these games that are technically Nintendo games, I don't care that Rare owns them, we all know and love them as Nintendo games. If these games come to the Switch, man, lights out. It would be unbelievable. Seriously, just the fact of that marriage kind of quasi coming back together, oof, oof. So some other things that I think the other game that makes a lot of sense, like those two are the two that I think are the next two. But one that I really think makes a lot of sense is Sea of Thieves. I think this is a game that just, for Microsoft, just makes sense. It feels like a Nintendo game. Like, look at it. You know, this is a game that feels a lot like Fortnite, where it's cartoony graphics and such. Yes, it's a Rare game. That's not the point here. The point is that this game just looks and feels like it belongs on a Nintendo console. And that being said, those are the types of games I feel like if I'm Microsoft, I'm bringing over right away. I feel like those are the games that just make sense. And that's the way, that's the only way you can look at it logically. But I wonder, does this mean that we're going to see games move from Nintendo over to Microsoft months ago? I would have said there's no way possible, no way, no how. But now we're sitting in a situation where, could it? I mean, seriously, could it happen? We don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say no for sure. Like, you look at it and you go like, no way, no way Nintendo's moving exclusives. But man, a game like Splatoon coming to Microsoft, to the Xbox, Ooh, could we see it? I don't know. In my heart, I don't believe that Nintendo will move that way, because then all of a sudden it kind of weakens Nintendo's prestige a little bit. But man, could you imagine a game like Splatoon 2 in 4K? Or even, man, if you want to take it a step further and go like Breath of the Wild in 4K. That is mind-blowing stuff. And, I mean, I know in the past we would be like, there's no way this is happening. But this relationship just is weird to me. This relationship between Microsoft and Nintendo just continues to just surprise me. And I'm getting to the point where it's just like, I'm not going to let anything surprise me anymore. Whatever happens, happens. This is just nuts. Now, I don't see a game like Breath of the Wild. I feel like that's a legacy game for Nintendo. There's no way that happens. But man, if you want to infuse a quick injection of some fresh players into Splatoon 2, Microsoft is the way to do it. And I'll be honest with you, if given the opportunity to play, Splatoon 2 on 4K or on 1080, I'm jumping over to 4K, because I couldn't even imagine how gorgeous that ink would look in 4K. Oh my god. Who knows? Who knows? Probably not. I'm not acting like this is going to happen, but my mind is just reeling. My mind is just going off into Never Never Land and just wishful thinking. It would be pretty cool. I did talk about this the other day, mainly because of the Nindies showcase. I had originally had it planned to discuss yesterday, and that's the Konami Anniversary Edition. Man, this thing is just everything you could want as a Nintendo fan, as a fan of Konami. There's a couple of games that aren't on it. Russian Attack has me a little curious why it's not there. But like at the end of the day, the games that are coming, we're getting pretty much all that we want from Konami. I would just say that, like, I hope this sells well, so then either one of two things happen. Either Konami tries to revitalize some of these games, I'll either be like a Blaster Master type game or stuff like that, where they kind of take it small, low key, maybe reach out to Inti Creates and says, hey, could you work with us on some of this stuff? I'd be all for it. I think a lot of people would be all for some resurrections of
That doesn't sound at all like that sounds very bad. I apologize. Shouldn't have sounded like that. Yeah, my apologies.
But I wouldn't mind seeing Nintendo and even Konami work together to bring back some of these franchises, bring back some of these old school classic games. Even if they were to go to Inti Creates and go, hey, we want you to bring back Castlevania or whatever you want to pull out of the hat and just go like, go make these games. Because when you looked at Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon on the Nintendo Switch and wherever else it was at, it was on PS4, I think, and Xbox One, but this was part of the Bloodstained package. That game felt so much like a Castlevania game, it wasn't even funny. And Inti Creates made that. So I would love to see them dip in further and go like, hey, we're going to take this a step further. We're going to start doing Castlevania games. Because I think if any company could do it, it's Inti. But we'll see. I just love the idea that we're getting this Anniversary Edition. What more could we get out of it? I think we can get an Anniversary Edition 2. Even if they were to start saying like, hey, these are basically our classic games, we're going to actually dip now and start bringing our 3D games over now. Like, they could basically just go into the well. And even if they were to just start remastering some of these games, going in and doing like Snake Eater and Twin Snakes and all these games, the original Metal Gear, and just start redoing these games, I think it could put them in a really strong spot. That's where ultimately Konami needs to be, is in that world where they're starting to take small steps back. They took a huge hit with the whole Kojima thing. This is their way to get back slowly. Start with the classics, make people fall back in love with your company, and then slowly start working forward again. I think this bodes well for them, and I'm very happy for them, honestly. I love Konami through and through. They are such a classic company for me, who's an old school gamer. I'm just excited to see this stuff, so let's see more. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's Nintendo Guru Daily. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share it with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. I'm begging you. Hook it up. Follow me Instagram, Twitter, @Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.